in one lifetime, if you suddenly decide, okay, I want to reach moksha, so I'm going to do all good things and be selfless, so you earn yourself good karma. But after you, in your next lifetime, if you are brought up or if you're born into a family which doesn't believe in God or not in like a good family background, and you don't believe in God and you continue to do bad things, is the good karma you did, is it wasted? Or because it's not your fault you were born into that family, is it?
You see, it is important to understand the law of karma in its maturity. Most Hindus don't know it. They know it in a very simplistic way. For example, they say, when I do good things will catch up with me in my next life. Or maybe, and I become born as a princess, and so on. Really, law of karma is much more deeper. This is what it says. It says, the activity you set into motion, in a way, leave a mark on your character. Suppose you are very focused, you are a good, clear thinker, you are good-hearted, you are philanthropic in nature, and you've been doing work like that for the greater benefit, and you are very gentle and very loving, and you've been very kind to other human beings in this life. Now, does it mean somebody is sitting there with a record saying, tick, he did well, his sister, she helped the sister do the homework, tick, and then that thing catches up in your next life, say, okay, I've got a big book of your things that you did well, so I'm going to catch up with you, and here, the big book. It doesn't work in that kind of simplistic manner. See the mature idea of law of karma. Every time you do certain activities, it in a way leaves an impression on our mind, doesn't it? Suppose you did something and the other person smiled at you, and that has left a in your mind. It is building your character. As we lead our lives, we begin to mold our character depending on the kind of activities we do. So good or bad activity, mixed activity, sometimes it's mixed. But it leaves an impression on our mind, and that becomes our character. So it becomes embedded in us. Haven't you noticed? Lot of good things you've done, a lot of positive things, it becomes your very sober character, becomes your part of a gentle character. And you build your character over a whole lifetime. And over many lifetimes, you're building up characters. So you're building up a character over many lives, and this character is the most important thing you possess. And it is this character that comes with us in our next life. Everything else drops off. Suppose I made a lot of money, the money stays in the bank account. It won't follow me. Suppose I had a marvelous family, the family stayed behind crying. Suppose I had lovely friends, they stay behind crying. The only thing that comes with me from one life to another life is the character I have developed for myself. That's my inner being. So as soon as a child is born, the little baby starts showing his character. Have you noticed? And I'd like to make fun. There are some children who are out for destruction. This is the character. They show their colors. And there are some children who are so gentle and sweet and calm and focused right from day one. You say, oh, what a sweet chap. Where did it come from? It didn't come from the genes of the mother and the father, because they may be completely different. As she said, maybe they come from a very rough background. They're beating each other up or something. So the character didn't come from the mother and the father. The character came with the child in his own being. He may be buffeted by different circumstances. She has to adjust herself. But the character is still there. It will hold her. So even though the circumstances may not be very helpful, it's not guaranteed good circumstances. As she said, suppose you are a lovely person but born in a very rough new surrounding. What will happen? You see, your character will come out, will start flourishing, start showing its colors. So even if you are born in a very difficult environment, your positive character you come with will immediately hold your hand. And haven't you noticed, sometimes from very rude, rough backgrounds, you find some marvelous personalities coming. And from some of the most posh and kind of well-to-do families, you find some real idiots, real destroyers, destructors, who are taking the worst thing, junk and all that. So you see, it doesn't matter which family where you are born, it is the character that you possess that begins to show its colors. Do you know what will happen? Suppose a person with good character is born in a rough family. He will transform that rough family. He will transform that neighborhood. He will bring about a change because the character shows his colors. It cannot help be helped because that has become steadfast. That has become the part of that personality. And that will show up. That person is focused, will do something good for his society. So this is how, even if you go through a bad patch and suppose you're born in the wrong environment, don't lose heart. Your character is there. It's pristine, pure, and that will bear fruit. And they'll immediately not transform you, but transform the whole society. That rough community will be transformed. And this is not I'm making up. Haven't you seen cases of youngsters from very poor backgrounds, very rough backgrounds, who come out as dramatically great world personalities. And people from very kind of well-to-do families who produce such destructive characters who do tremendous harm to society. So it's your character that begins, and this is such an important thing to realize. You see, we pay too much importance to money matters, family, friends, and we ignore to pay attention to our own character. Every little thing we do is going to leave a mark on your character and form your character. So what the Hindu religion is saying, look, my friends, this is the mature idea of law of karma. Be very meticulous. Be very careful about every activity you do. It will leave a mark on you. It will form your character. So be very meticulous, not because you are showing off to somebody else, because you're part of your inner asset. This is your real asset. This is your inheritance. So be very meticulous about every small thing you do. And I tell the youth here, look, every minor thing you do, suppose the way you look after your bedroom, or the way you do your homework, or the way you talk to your parents, or the way you behave, every small thing, you say, oh no, I just roll my eyes. Oh no, don't do that. Every small or big thing you do will leave a mark on you. It continues to influence you. So be very watchful. The law of karma is in fact giving you freedom to show your individual, to try and exercise your freedom of interacting with society. Do it and make sure that you do things very meticulously. Even the small things, do it meticulously. It will produce a beneficial result.